Hi, Gerald.
What's happening? What's happening?
We will get started. First question, Jonathan Fagan.
Okay.
Yeah, I had trouble unmuting. How you doing, Gerald?
So how you doing?
Okay. How would you characterize the practices so far, and especially in relation to, obviously, James being missing? How have they been under the circumstances?
I think the guys been great. Honestly, I think the guys is getting after it. We're buying into and what Coach Stephen has to say. I think everybody's listening. Everybody's buying into it. And we're getting after on defense. I think it's been pretty much 80% defense, like Coach said the other day. So, I think it's been going pretty good. Guys are trying to get comfortable with each other. They're asking questions. Hey, where you like this pass? Where you like this, things like that. And I think it's the communications honestly has been great.
In that case, if you're asking that, how important would it be to be able to ask that of the guy who makes those passes and who runs the offense most often?
I think for us, we got to control. We can only control. Obviously everybody knows the situation is going on. I think as a team, the Rockets just got to focus on just keep getting better every day. Games is coming up real soon, so we just got to just focus on just who's ever here now, and hopefully things works itself out in the future.
Thank you.
Brian Bearfield.
Gerald, how are you feeling being back? I know that, you've been away from the game for a minute, and working, on your own with trainers and things like that is way different than getting in that practice time, running up in that court. So how are you feeling physically?
I feel good. I've been away from the game for the longest I've ever been in my career. That was a challenging moment for me. But I'm glad to be back. I know, as you can see, I can't really stop smiling up here doing these interviews, looking at myself, nobody in here. So it's kind of a different situation, different scenario, but same team, and that's the biggest thing. I'm glad I'm back with the same team, back representing Houston. I really feel like this team has a potential to be great, and I'm willing to be a part of it. And I'm glad that I am a part of it.
Adam Spolin.
Gerald, what stands out to you about Coach Silas?
Oh man, everything. He's very attentive. I think he looks at every detail there is on the court. Just for him, you need to slide over this spot, or when this guy makes this pass, you need to make sure that your timing is correct. I made a few mistakes on just trying to understand the new offense that we're putting in. But I love Silas right now. I love how he's holding everybody accountable. He's making sure that guys are in their spots. But at the same time, he's trying to learn everybody. And you can see that he's sitting back, being patient, trying to learn, trying to figure out what everybody's strengths are. And I think he's done a hell of a job this point on out.
What did you know about him before he got the job?
Honestly, man, I've had so many coaches in my lifetime. I don't want to be up here and say a lie. I knew that his dad was a Hall of Fame coach, and I knew that he'd been in the league for about 20 years. So, or being an assistant coach for about 20 years. So I knew that he was capable for this job, and I knew that he had, all the tools to be a great head coach in this league. I'm happy that he got a shot with us, and I think he's doing a really good job at it.
Ben DeBose.
Gerald, PJ spoke yesterday about this group feeling very different other than yourself, PJ, Eric. It's very different than the groups that you were in 2018 and 2019. What stands out to you about the newcomers this year, and how is training camp this year different than your training camp with these guys a year ago?
I think training camp is a lot more. I think it's definitely a lot more mentally tough. It's a conditioning battle. I think this year, because of the pandemic, not having gyms around, not being able to utilize our facilities 100%. We really got to kind of work on our conditions. So I think this year that's probably been the main focus. Is training camp is. It's a whole lot harder as far as conditioning. Guys normally come in shape. I think the last 3 or 4 years in a row, Houston, we would go to the Bahamas and work out for 2 weeks and kind of do a bond thing. Well, this year, we really couldn't do that because of this whole, COVID-19 issue. So I think that, like I said, the training camps have been great. The individual workouts last week was phenomenal. And you know, we're just every day building and keep getting better and keep getting better. And I'm just excited about, you know, I can't wait for this first preseason game. I think we're really gonna you know, do well.
Ali Khan Bajani.
Hey, Gerald. I know it's only been a few days, but what are some of the similarities and differences between in the offense between what you ran a few years ago and what Coach Silas is trying to do here?
It's a little different. It's kind of pretty much the same things. I mean, you know, I've been in the league for 15 years. It's, you know, I'm never gonna see a play that I've never not seen before. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's a little tweaks in it. It's not as much. It's not as much. You know, it's a lot of more movement. It's a lot more. You know, free basketball. But there is, you know, there's a couple of times where guys can be aggressive and be into their own and make plays. So. It's pretty much, it's a little tweaks here from the last year's offense, but in all in all, it's not something that none of these guys they've never seen before. So it's pretty much the same thing.
Brian Bearfield.
Sticking with that, Gerald, you say you've been in the league for 15 years. Do some of the younger guys that are on the team now that brings a lot of that energy, do they test you, you know, up and down the court, getting up and down the court in those types of practices? And do they come to you for a lot of, you know, knowledge as far as the game is concerned?
Absolutely. I think ever since I've been here, you know, a lot of the young guys, you know, they have my, you know, I guess they have my ear. I'm always talking to them. They're listening. You know, I try to give advice because, you know, when I was fresh out of high school, I didn't really get good advice. I didn't really get advice at all, really. So I had to kind of figure it out on my own, but that's okay. You know, that's what made me the person I am today. But, you know, for me, I don't want to be able to not give the knowledge that I've had to learn on my own to somebody else. I would hate to have another player have to do it on his own when I'm sitting right next to him that can give it to him. That, to me, is not making my teammate better when it's a team thing. So I'm always constantly spreading knowledge to the young guys, making sure that they're a better professional, one. Two, that they're making sure that they're doing their work. Three, making sure that they know what their task is in hand. And three, just, you know, just having fun at the end of the day. Enjoy this. Life is short. You never know what's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 years. Obviously, things is going crazy. So enjoy the moment, live the moment, but make sure you just try to get better every day. And that's what I try to teach these young guys.
And last question, Saman Ali.
Hey, Gerald, you mentioned the offense being pretty simple to pick up. If James Harden were to come into camp in the next couple of days, do you think he'd be able to pick up the offense and adjust to the new system?
It's easy. I mean, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, James is a once in a lifetime player. I mean, he's that good. James can go in any type of offense and pick it up. He's that type of player. So it's not going to be any problem if James comes back that, you know, he's not going to be able to pick up the offense. You know, when James gets here, he's going to be able to come right in, fit in like there is nothing, like it ain't nothing left. So, you know, he's that good of a player. So I think that, yeah, he will be able to fit in quite well.
Thank you, Gerald. We appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.